Hello, everybody. How's it going? This is the first podcast of many. I hope this is your host with the most, the only guy in the cold without a coat, Jacob Gentile. I like how that rhymed. And I actually got a guest on this first one here. It's my dad. He's not going to say too much unless it kind of sparks his interest, so don't wait on that. Let's see here. Alright, we got a couple cool things we're going to talk about today just to kind of get started. We're going to talk about sports, what's going on with that, when are they opening up, the UFC fight, Tony Ferguson getting his ass kicked. That was crazy. We also have some good football news. And of course, we're going to talk about Corona just a little bit, though, not too much. We know everyone's kind of tired of hearing about that. But welcome. The first one. First of many. Say hello, Dad.
Hello.
There we go.
Hello.
Okay, there we go. All right, he's here.
You don't want me to talk about it.
He's here. He's in the house. All right, yeah, so for sports, I mean, the U.S.
If you want to know what I'm doing, I'm browsing the DeFalco's Italian food menu because I'm going to pick up some food on my way home.
Well, there we go. He's still doing takeout, even though restaurants did open on Monday. It was actually pretty busy. I also work at a restaurant, so if you guys can view this channel, help me out, get me the hell out of there, that'd be great. But yeah, it's been going pretty well, I think. I mean, everything's still kind of unknown, as everyone kind of knows. Like, we just don't know what's going on. So hopefully they give us a little bit more info as the weeks unfold, but it's kind of bullshit if you ask me. Let's see here. I want to see how many hits Tony Ferguson took to the face. I want to see the exact number. Because, I mean, the man was injured. The man has brain damage. I know he posted, you can check him out if you follow him on Tony Ferguson Instagram. He posted a picture of him getting out of the hospital. And the guy just looks like Play-Doh. Like when you give Play-Doh to a kid, tell him to just build something. It's just lumps. That's just what he looked like. He just looked like a big pile of Play-Doh. How many hits did Tony Ferguson take? Dad, did you like the fight? See, we had a barbecue here at this place. We watched the fights. It was kind of weird watching them with no crowd. Right? You hear the feet patting. You hear the coaches talking. You hear the refs. You just hear things you never heard before, which is super cool, but it also makes it just a tad bit awkward, you know? Did you?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you folks. I'm not a big USC fan. I think it's a little too brutal. I'm an old school boxing type guy back when Hagler and Hearns,
those sound old.
Yeah, they're old. You're going back to the 80s, 70s, 80s, you know, when boxing was boxing. These guys here is just, you know, go out on the street, you can pay $50, have somebody do it. You get the same kind of fight.
But here's the thing. So he's not a huge fan. So you know he was supposed to fight somebody else, right?
Yeah, I was privy to that news when we were at the pool.
Yeah, he got privy word at the pool. Well, that was, I guess, the whole thing because he was preparing for a guy who's a wrestler, and then the guy from Arizona, the guy was from Arizona, which is where we're from, ASU, Arizona. He whooped his ass, but he was a striker. He wasn't trying to go on the ground.
You know, it was made for movie. If you go back, watch the first Rocky movie, what's his name didn't think Rocky was going to be much of a competition either until his trainer seen him punching the meat in the meat locker, and then he said, "You better watch yourself." And you know what happened there, folks. So you seen the same thing. The guy didn't think 2 weeks was long enough for him to be any good, and he proved it that he can throw a punch.
So, I mean, there's a bunch of stuff coming out. It says Dana White believes Tony Ferguson looked off at UFC, blames extra weight cut. I mean, there's a lot of different things. Who really cares? Like you said, though, I'm actually a fan of UFC, and watching him get hit like that was so, after a while, Justin Gaethje looked at him. I don't know if I've said that right. Justin Gaethje looks at him after hitting him in the head multiple times and is like, is everyone serious? Like, am I going to keep going? Like, I feel like his trainer should have did something. Whatever. This guy's probably gonna have brain damage. Like I said, looks like a pile of Play-Doh. Looks like a pile of Play-Doh.
But I'll be honest, I'm not a big UFC fan, but I was entertained that night. There's quite a few good boxing matches that it will look good, you know. But I wouldn't pay any money to watch it.
Yeah, it's understandable, I guess. I mean, not really.
But be honest with you, I don't pay any money to watch any TV. I just have rabbit ears.
That's what I'm saying, guys. He's old, so don't take his. He doesn't watch any TV. He has an antenna. Tell him about the movies you watch. You have an antenna. What was the latest movie you watched? What year was it?
Well, it was just this past Sunday. I watched Forrest Gump on channel ABC.
Yeah. Well, that's semi-new. It's a good one, though. That's a good movie. When he plays
whatever I can get free. That's it. I'm not paying for anything that I can get for free. I can get TV for free, so whatever they give me for free, I watch.
He knows how to bargain, folks.
I'm not cheap.
I'm not cheap.
Any girls out there, give me a call and I'll take you out. I'll pay for dinner.
Well, I mean, he doesn't want to pay for anything that he can get for free. But ladies, he's not cheap. No, he'll spend money on a good time though. If you're a lady and you have a mom and she's single, message us on the Snake Den. Or if you're interested, he's an old man, sugar babies, 18 and up.
I'm 65, getting ready to retire.
65? I didn't know that. Okay, make it 20 and up just to be safe. I don't want to see you in jail.
18's legal, but I don't want to be. I don't want to be anybody's babysitter.
That's true. Yeah, but then you also don't want to be a babysitter. See, that's the thing. Like, that's my fault. I'll talk to women that are really young. I'm actually talking to one right now, but she's very mature. But a lot of them you just can't really talk to. You know, it's like talking to a wall. What? He feels uncomfortable talking about that, but sorry, ladies.
No, I was gonna say.
I have my opinion, but the girl, like my baby, she's awesome, very mature. We get along great.
I was just gonna
Not talking about her. Love you.
You were talking about Trish.
Not when I said about all the other stuff. I said, girl, that's the issue with girls young dating, because it can be harder to talk to them, you know. But Trish, bet. Love you. So yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time to be alive. I mean, with the pandemic and all, it's not really a great time to be alive.
Just use your common sense, people. I ain't going to say nothing on this corona. The only person that's going to protect you is you. So just use your common sense.
Exactly. You know, we should be clean anyways. I watched a podcast with Joe Rogan and Elon Musk, and he said over in Japan and China, they wear those face masks anyways when they're ill. When you're ill, that is mandatory. Not mandatory, but it's just a common courtesy to wear a mask and not cough on people. Like, those little things I think will be nice to adapt, you know? Like, just cleanliness. I've never seen people cleaning the parks as much as I do now. We're not even allowed to go there, and there's people sanitizing every day. Well, before all this, we had nasty little kids, because little kids, we all know, just carry all the germs. They're like little freaking Petri dishes. And they're all hanging out, no sanitization the whole time. All of a sudden, a pandemic hits. They're sanitizing when people aren't even there. So we kind of go overboard, obviously, with everything, the toilet paper, everything like that. Finally, it's starting to calm down. We're out here in Arizona. It seems to be actually pretty good out here in Arizona. They're talking about bringing a lot of the sports out here, especially MLB. It just came out the other day that I think all the games are going to be played here in Arizona. Doug Ducey agreed to it. So that'll be fun. Finally, something back on TV. Even though it's boring, baseball beats golf. I know he's a big golf fan, but I can't stand it. To be completely honest, finally, something is coming back to television, folks. Finally.
And it's free.
And it's free. And I agree with that one. Not even cheap. Just love it because it's free. Man, a lot of things actually, like, that we can't do now, all of a sudden you just kind of like, you're happy you're able to do those things now when you're able to do them. I think that's one of the things this, pandemic kind of got across is all that can go away in a second. Traveling, all that stuff we take for granted. Especially you take for granted.
Now that I noticed that Governor Ducey here in Arizona is opened up things, there's not so many people hiking anymore or walking the trails. So they must be heading to the grocery stores.
That is so odd. Yeah, right when he said you can't hike, everyone decided to go hike. It's the classic, like, parent thing. Don't do drugs. All of a sudden the guy goes and does drugs. You know, it's like, how do you do that? Just let everyone say, hey, it's free for all, and then hopefully they make the right choice? That seems to be like the only way. Because if you take things away from people, they'll do the opposite.
No, it's just like New Year's resolution that you're going to go to the gym, and then February you start losing your money because you ain't going anymore.
Yeah, you know, in the gyms, like, that's one thing that was nasty. Gyms? Ugh.
So there you go. Speaking about free, you don't have to pay to go out and walk around parks and stuff, and you can do push-ups on the bench. You can climb a hill. You can do all this stuff for free.
A fucking hill, dude.
You don't need a gym. Hey, believe me, the girls are out there too.
Throw a rock. Yeah, the girls are out there. They're out there more than ever.
And they look good out there in the wide open spaces.
Yeah, we need wide open spaces. Things just look better. But no, like, it's so true, though. That's the one thing I'm glad. Like, there's a lot of workout heads in here. That place is filthy. I used to work out at LA Fitness. This is when I quit. I went up to a machine. I went to go work out. It was one of those machines. I was about to get my bust on. I was about to get my veins popping. And right before I got there, I could see the sweat on the chair dripping off, and it smelled like chicken. This guy had so much chicken in his diet that his sweat reeked of it. Isn't that disgusting? So I totally just quit. I mean, like my dad said, go climb a freaking hill. Go climb a freaking mountain outside. Sweat outside. It's not as gross. You know? I don't want to go in there and sit in your chicken puddle while I'm trying to just get a little bit of workout in. Like, why do you even need that much chicken?
That's all I eat is chicken, so I don't know. Do I smell like chicken?
No.
Okay.
So that tells you how much this guy was eating. Like
his chicken might have been more spicier than mine, but you know, you use those spices and it's going to come out of you somewhere.
He might be drinking like chicken juice. There might be something with that working out. If there is something with that in chicken juice, someone email the Snakes Den. Right now it's just the Instagram. We're building a website. Sorry, we're brand new. We have no, endorsements, no advertisements, so we're getting things rolling. But this is the first one, so if you sit down and listen, that'd be great. It'd help us out. We're just trying to make you laugh, give you some good information out there.
Just use common sense.
Just common sense. It seems like people are missing a lot of that nowadays, actually.
That's what's going to get you through life. Use your common sense. That's the only thing you need to do in this world is use common sense.
It's so right. I heard a story.
And it's free.
And it's free. I just heard a story about a girl who was messaging with some guy on Instagram. He said he would give her $2,000 a month. $2,000 a month if he got naked pictures of her 10 times, like 10 pictures in that month. He'll continually give her multiple thousands a month. What do you know? He doesn't send any money, and she sent like 20 pictures. Ladies, that's like a perfect example. You gotta have common sense. That is like, come on. Like, what is that? You don't want to work that bad? You don't want to work that bad.
Common sense, girls. What do you think he was going to do? $2,000 a month for your pictures?
For pictures?
And he's just going to look at you? Yeah. Common sense, girls. Common sense.
Well, there was a story I heard on TikTok. The girl had her whole sugar baby story, and she said she didn't have sex with the guy, and she flew to Santa Barbara, and they were all hanging out, and it wasn't weird because they didn't have sex, and he gave her money, and I'm like, what is up with that guy? Like, he's ruining it for guys like us, because now girls expect us to just fly them to Santa Barbara and not even suck my dick. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, I guess it's a little touchy, but, I mean, come on. Come on. That's insane. So when I hear stories like that, it just kind of pisses me off, because then you got people out there just kind of acting like they own the world, and it's because other people are making them feel that way with things like this, and it just blows my mind. Blows my mind. All right, here we go. My dad got really uncomfortable with that one. Look at him over here.
Yeah, I didn't like that comment.
You're telling me you're going to spend $5,000 and not even get a kiss? You would do that? That's all I was saying. Is I'm going to spend
common
that
sense,
much money.
man. I'm not going to give somebody $5,000.
That's true. We can end it at that. I mean, I wouldn't even give someone that money.
I'm not going to give anybody $2,000.
Yeah, you're
right.
Want
to go out to dinner? We'll go out to dinner.
We'll go out to dinner. See, that's a stand-up guy, everybody. His name's Julio with an I. Give him a call. But all right, on to the next here. But yeah, so the MLB's coming to Arizona. That's awesome. We're finally going to have stuff coming up on the TV. Something to watch, something to look forward to through all this mess. We need to find something to rally around, get everybody back on track. One good thing, if you are fortunate enough to have a little bit of money in the bank at all, I recommend doing the stocks right now. I mean, they're about to hit a low. It could set you up for any type of future. Just check that out. It'll set you up for future financial purposes. If you're kind of younger and you think that hey, what did I say about phones in the podcast?
I must have missed that meeting. Sorry.
Well, at least put it on silent. But yeah, if you have a little money, put it into stocks. It could help you out in the future. Honestly, folks, it sounds stupid, but right now they're so low. If you put in, you got a couple $100. You throw it in, that couple hundred could turn into a couple thousand within a year or two. And then next thing you know, you're just sitting good and you can do whatever you want with it. But just play it smart, folks. Common sense. Right now is not the time to go out. Just because they just let everybody go out and go to restaurants, it's not the time to go spend money. We're broke. We just opened jobs. Everyone was just struggling. Now you're going to go out and spend everything you have right when it opens? That's the common sense thing we're talking about. Like, come on, people. I'm not too worried about the sick getting sick. It's unfortunate. People are dying. So, yeah, we should just kind of just watch, just instead of just fully jumping into stuff, just wait and see and kind of feel it out. I feel like people kind of jump into things right away.
Oh, I keep saying this.
It's crazy.
This virus ain't going away for a long time. Plan on it being around for a long time. So, stay healthy. The only body's going to protect you is you.
Yeah. And just, be smart about it, But things are opening up, so you're going to want to feel like you're going to want to go out. And I understand that.
The one thing about coronavirus...
Don't be afraid all the way. Just be safe.
Any of your viewers out there, if they can call in here and tell me why people wear their masks in the car, they're going to get it from their car.
I just saw a thing on that, if you wear your mask in the car, you're an idiot or something like that. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. And I had it on the other day on accident. I just got in a car and I had it on. It was so hot. Of course I ripped it off. How could you keep it on your face and drive in Arizona?
Have a mask in your car. When you go into the store, put it on. When you come back out of the store, take it off. It isn't that hard. If it bothers your job, get one that, feels comfortable for the 20, 30 minutes you're going to be in the store. It isn't going to hurt, believe me. And you're protecting somebody else because that's what it's all about.
Well, we need to get the testing. So, on this, it says MLB has been actively considering numerous contingency plans that would allow play to commence once the health situation has improved. If they're having games and all the players and coaches and everyone who has to be there is there. So no fans, just the people who have to be there. Film crew. If they all get tested, why should there be any worry in that building? Why can they not play?
Why can they get tested and us Americans, everyday Joes, can't get a test? They should mail us a test once a week to test ourselves.
Well, it's a money thing. They say you can buy one.
It's the money thing, but they're printing up money to give the people and send out checks to people that don't even should get a check. So, give me a test once a week and I'll test myself.
But
put it in the mailbox.
That's what I'm saying. They gave you $1,200. Spend $200 of that to go buy a test if you're that concerned. If the government wants the economy to come back and people from stop dying, send a test in the mail. I'll take a test for free. I'll take a test. Yeah, I mean it's pretty wild right now, and it's just unfortunate.
If we can print money up to send to people, we can print money up to buy tests.
Yeah, I mean they're talking about giving us more money, more checks, which honestly sounds awesome. Where's that money coming from?
But it isn't protecting you. Buy the test, get the test, send the test, put them in the mail. We'll test ourselves.
Buy the test, send the test, get it in the mail. Yeah, they're not going to do that, Dad. So, I mean, I think at one point, what I think is they're stockpiling tests. They're saying that they don't have any, they're low, and they're stockpiling for where they can basically give them out for free or for very low to everyone.
It's all political.
You know?
It's all political.
And yeah, and I believe that too. And it's hard to talk to people about that because people have died. But people die every year, and it is a sad thing. No matter what happens, it is sad. Coronavirus is also taking lives, but other things do too. We can't forget that. So we can't just act like this thing took lives, so we should just be careful because of this thing taking lives. Every day there's different things that we need to change that we don't.
So when the
what makes
elections
this different?
So when the elections do come, anybody that can vote, just go back and look at who did what and vote that way, because
I don't want to get into who's voting for who or anything. This is not a political show at all.
You're a Democrat or you're a Republican. Just go back and see who did the best.
Vote for a good guy. Don't vote for the guy that's going to ruin everybody's life. That's all I can say, which is hard to find.
If I were you, I'd vote for Trump for 4 more years.
Oh, God. You're going to make my podcast tank right away by saying that.
Common sense.
I mean, it's either him or Biden, and I don't trust Biden. So yeah, I can throw away my vote if you guys really want and give it to an independent. I mean, it's not going to matter. Trump's going to win if he goes against Biden. And that's just what it is. You can argue it, you can cry all you want. Nobody likes Biden. Even you, who doesn't like Trump, probably does not like Biden. So, I mean, that's just kind of what everyone is in for. So you can't, don't hate on people that go, oh, I'm going to vote for Trump or whatever, because it's like, hey, who's the other option? You're just going to vote for an independent and throw your vote away? Or are you going to vote for Biden, which you even know that's not a good idea? So, I mean, it's ridiculous, and I don't even want to talk about it because, I mean, politics are stupid. And I really, really hope it does not come out later on in 10 years that this coronavirus was some sort of political stunt. Because that would be awful. And I really hope that doesn't happen. Because people are really scared. People are staying in their house. People are, afraid to see loved ones.
Believe what the scientists are saying.
Yeah, I mean, it's just hard to decipher nowadays. Alright, enough of Corona. Enough of that. Before we end this podcast, I just want to talk about something a little bit more bright, a little bit more fun. So, Dad, give the people, what are there some things to do while lockdown still continues? What's some fun things people can do right now? Besides video games. We need to still get sunshine, people. If you don't, you're going to drive yourself crazy.
I say the best thing you can do during this coronavirus is get outside, walk around, because you can think.
Doo-doo.
What?
No, go on.
Just get outside. Enjoy yourself. Listen to the birds. Look at animals.
Music.
Do something.
Write
Listen to
something.
some music. Write
Do
something.
something.
Sit. Get outside. That's the best thing you can do. Breathe some air.
Write a short novel. Write a freaking poem. Sit on a bench, stare at the birds, throw some bread at them. I don't know. Do something. But we need to get people back on the happy train again.
Enjoy.
We need that vibe. Folks, that vibe.
Enjoy the air in the mornings and the evenings now before everybody starts driving around again.
Yeah, I mean, the traffic was so perfect when he was dead. Now it's starting to pile on again, and I'm like, Well, that was the other conspiracy too, was that possibly our emissions have gone way too high, and the Earth was in a very bad state, worse than we knew, and they weren't going to tell us anything because they were going to freak us out. And the only way to get us to stop driving and stop going out and polluting the air was to create some sort of mass hysteria like this. Because LA is on lockdown till August 1st while everyone else seems to be opening. Now they're the most polluted, I think the most polluted county in a state in our country. So like little things like that, like, because our world has been so much cleaner just in the last 2 months. 2 months, sorry. So, I mean, That would be a really awesome thing if they did that.
The air might be cleaner, but if you walk around the parks, they're not so clean right now.
No, yeah, they always talked about that. They're sanitizing everything. It's so
well, that's
clean.
just because they're going to start opening them. But
I mean, they closed down basketball hoops. It's like you can play basketball alone. You don't have to be with someone to play basketball. I could shoot hoops by myself. I mean, it got ridiculous. I see why people were mad. It got,
the old saying,
got stupid.
When you go camping, you pack it in, pack it out. Same with the park. You bring it in, take it out with you.
Yeah. You pack it in, you pack it out. You keep it clean. And that's the one thing I'm excited to do. I was going to Montana every year till this shit happened. And I can't wait to go back. Montana right now has one of the least amount of cases. My buddy Joe's out there. We should actually try to call him. Next time. We'll get him on the phone next time. But he's in Montana. He's doing great. Now, there is a meat shortage that's possibly happening, and it was hilarious. He sent me a picture. I think I showed you the picture, Dad, didn't I? Of the fridge full of meat.
Yeah.
Yeah. My buddy Joey lives in Montana, Bozeman, or I think St. Helena, Montana. They own a little bed and breakfast up there. He has a whole fridge of meat. I'm talking 400 pounds of beef, plus a whole cow and a pig coming, he said. I mean, that's overboard, you know? For a meat shortage. I mean, you'll be good on meat for 5 years, Joe. The shortage is going to be like for 2 months. Let's hope.
There's not a meat shortage. There's a worker shortage. The people that
yeah.
prep that meat, pack it, cut it, all that stuff, that's the shortage. They're all sick.
Were they one of the first ones hit?
No, they weren't, Jacob.
Okay. Well, I feel like they had to have been because, I mean, I feel like they would have a stockpile of about 2 months worth of meat. And if, like you said, all the...
Do you know how fast that stockpile goes through when you don't go...
Well, exactly. Now they're talking about the shortage. So
well,
I feel like they were
still
one
find
of the
it.
first.
You can still get a double at
Wendy,
Wendy's, so, you're still good. Just, don't buy a freezer full. Just get what you need for the week and you'll be all right.
Yeah, please don't take over an abundance because you're taking from the next man, your neighbor. You're taking from your neighbor. And that's not cool. Because I saw a picture when the toilet paper happened of an old guy who couldn't get toilet paper and he was reaching down at the bottom to get Kleenex, to use for toilet paper. It was the saddest picture I've ever seen. So let's not have that happen again. We need to take as much as we need to survive. Oh, like that movie, The Platform. If you haven't seen The Platform, it's on Netflix. You need to go see it. It's basically not a template, but basically a movie about our society. How the top 1% gets everything and the very bottom gets nothing. And how it could easily be fixed if they each just took their portion of the day that they actually needed, not over. And if they did that, every single person would be able to get some food. But of course, at the very top, the people are very, very greedy. And I mean, the movie is insane. My dad liked it. It is in German, though, so you got to make sure you have the subtitles on. But great movie. Great movie. Also, another great one I just watched, Parasite. If you have not seen Parasite, what are you doing? Finish this podcast and then go see Parasite. It's by a director named Boon... Who's the director? Boon-san? Do you know that? It's like Boon-san.
He's Korean.
Yeah, he is Korean. So it is the Boon-san. Here, let me... But it's Parasite, and it's absolutely worth watching. The way he created it, the story, it's phenomenal. It's one of the best movies I've ever seen. I don't want to tell any part of it because it's that good. Like, you need to go see it. I'm actually going to be watching his other one, Okja, on Netflix. And I heard that one's just as good. Actually, Parasite's on Hulu, not Netflix. So if you have Hulu, definitely go check it out. The director. I'm trying to get the director's name because he's such a badass. Bong Joon-ho. Bong Joon-ho. That guy, complete badass. Definitely recommend seeing that. Netflix is a good thing to watch while you're in quarantine right now. In Hulu. Get your creative minds. Now, don't just veg out, for hours. I mean, Movies and music, they're supposed to help you make creative, or help you be creative. Sorry. Yeah. Well, all right, guys. This is the first podcast. I think it went pretty well. We only wanted to do it for about 30 minutes. I would love to have your guys' feedback. I'm going to throw it on Instagram, Facebook. If you guys could message me and let me know how it was, what I could do better. Watch out for the next one. Like I said, my name is Jacob Gentile. I'm your host with the most, the only guy in the cold without a coat. And that's my slogan. You want to say any last words, Deb, before we head on out?
No, I can't think of anything that would top that. So.
Did you like that? I like
Just
that.
if you have any comments, be easy on me. I'm a sensitive person.
He's very sensitive, so let's just
Just
scrap comments about him
it.
altogether. Let's just scrap those comments of him altogether. Also, if you haven't seen Last Dance about Michael Jordan, go ahead and watch it. One of the best series out right now. Another cool thing to watch while you're stuck at home. And remember, just be safe. Don't go hugging your grandma right now. Use common sense. But don't let it ruin your life. Still do what you got to do out there. All right, thank you guys. Have a great rest of the day. And remember, the Snake's Den podcast, website coming soon. Make sure to give me feedback. Thank you very much. Jacob Gentile, Snake's Den, my dad, we're out.